She has generated over $154,000 in GMV.
Now I realize that's actually part of the strategy. If they're going to make fun of me for the video, I will for sure post it.
If it's gonna be cringy and they're gonna say something, that's when you know to post it.
If you have a video that's going viral, do not give your ad code.
What was the process like for you to find this specific strategy you're using right now? How did you evolve to this? How did you start and how did you know like what was working and when to pivot? Welcome back to Brands Meet Creators. We're a team of expert content creators that help other creators make money creating content and grow in their career. Whether you're focusing on UGC, TikTok Shop, the Amazon Influencer Program, or you simply want to grow your own social media accounts, we're here to help you. You can even join our Brands Meet Creators Academy, where you'll have access to weekly live coaching calls, exclusive brand opportunities, a 24/7 supportive creator community, and online courses and tools that will teach you how to make better content and get paid to do it. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, this is the place to connect with coaches and other creators. And you can even get started with our academy for free by using the link below. Now let's get into today's video. Hello and welcome back to Brands Meet Creators. Today we have an insanely successful TikTok shop creator. Her name is Michelle. She has generated over $154,000 in GMV in the last 6-ish months on TikTok shop. So I'm excited to talk with her today. We're going to share some exciting principles that she has, some advice, and her top performing video so that you guys can learn exactly what she did and use it as inspiration. So Michelle, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me, name twin.
I know, I love that your name's Michelle too. It's so weird to say like there's a girl named Michelle because, same. How are you feeling? How has it been since you started TikTok shop in May?
It's been really fun. My journey's been very strange, but I think it's great because when I started in May, I did a video and then I basically left for the summer for Europe and TikTok shop is not available where I was. So it was like, go stop. But it's been a really fun roller coaster. Fun with the caveat of sometimes, we're all banging our head against the wall.
Of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but the perspective is it got you to where you are today, sitting here in this exact moment. So it is fun if you choose to have that perspective, of course.
100%.
Tell me, so you're a mom, right? Tell me what your experience is with creating content in general and then with TikTok, because I know TikTok is its own platform and then TikTok Shop is its own beast of a section of the platform. So what's your experience in the past?
So I was recruited by TikTok in 2020 to start creating content because I was in the educational space with coaching. And so it was totally new and I put it off for years. I'm just like, I'm not going to get on that platform. That's for young kids. And then when they shared with me that it's actually the fastest growing segment is women 30 and over, I was like, wait a second, my people are on there. Okay. So yeah, at first it was like everybody else. I personally felt very cheesy and very like cringy. And then now it's just fun. And I really enjoy creating content. It's been really fun.
And I mean, TikTok shop specifically, what has your strategy been that you have found success? Are you creating multiple videos about multiple products, or do you stick with a few select products and create multiple videos about those? And how much are you creating per day?
Yeah, it's a great question. My strategy is definitely changing and ever growing because my time is so limited being I take care of my son and homeschool him. I have another job. I have a YouTube channel and then a TikTok shop. I have about this much time to dedicate. So at first I was making videos on everything I owned in the house and just throwing it against the wall. But when I realized that 99.9% of videos had zero sales, I thought that's just not the best time choice. So I started getting more creative about, okay, what are the top 10 products I love and I use every single day and that I would tell all of my best friends about. And those are the ones I started creating a lot of content around. My strategy is more narrowly focused, but very deep with those videos. And I've seen success, a lot of success doing that.
I love that. Do you have specific categories, or is it you're excited about this select product group and it doesn't matter which category, it's just like you're excited about it, so you create around those?
It's funny because the products I'm most excited about, I actually have not made TikTok shop content around. Like my coffee I buy off of TikTok shop and my supplements I do, but I have not made content around that. I think because I don't feel confident talking about it and I'm a little bit skeptical about the whole I'm not even going to say the word on TikTok process. I don't want to scare anybody. You guys are going to be fine. So for me, it's more about what do I do in my everyday life that makes my life easier? So it's been a lot of kitchen gadgets and mindset stuff. Those are my two top selling things, and homeschool supplies. So things I really use every single day.
And how did you come to this strategy? Like, I know everybody has their own strategy that works for them. What was the process like for you to find this specific strategy you're using right now? I know you said it's ever changing. Of course, it should be.
Yeah.
But how did you evolve to this? How did you start and how did you know like what was working and when to pivot?
If you are a TikTok Shop affiliate and you want to maximize your earnings, we want to send you our free TikTok Shop newsletter. In the newsletter, you will get the latest tips, trending hooks, insider updates, all delivered straight to your inbox, and you can even unlock bonus commission on the hottest trending products. All you have to do is sign up using the link below.
I think I got to the point where I was just about burnt out, and I made a for friends only TikTok video that said, listen, guys, I'm this close to burning out. I'm going to choose one product and I'm going to make my next 10 videos on just this product, and I'll let you know how it goes. And that video the first one posted went absolutely insanely wild. And the biggest thing is that was sitting in my drafts for months. It was sitting in my drafts for months. And I don't know if it was because I was like, this is a weird video. Like, if I post this, everybody's going to make fun of me. And then now I realize that's actually part of the strategy. If they're going to make fun of me for the video, I will for sure post it because those comments drive up engagement like nobody's business.
I've never heard anyone say that, but that's so true because I hear people say like the video that they didn't post or they weren't going to post or that they did with little effort because they were just desperate to get something out quickly. That is what works for them, but I've never heard it from that perspective of like, if it's going to be cringy and they're going to say something, that's when you know to post it.
Yes, I learned that after the fact, though. I posted it. I got a lot of negative comments that were silly. Negative comments
Yeah.
like, you're weak, you have no muscles. These are the comments. And it's like, at first I was like, no. And then I was like, wait a second. Okay, well, now this video has millions of views. Thank you for the comments.
Wait, so that actually makes sense in your video. Okay, I want to share it and talk about it, but you zoom in on your muscle, and I'm wondering if that's why, because it's
I
so
did
cute.
do it on purpose to be like, I have no muscles. I did not think it was going to be negative. I for sure thought I was just being me and I'm very silly. I did not think people were going to be so critical.
I love it though, because you can dive into that and then you're getting paid. And you're also like, those are the people that you wouldn't be friends with in real life because they're not in the same mindset as you. And so it's just like, okay, you want to comment on my muscles? Let me make more content about my muscles. Okay, let's share your video. I want to watch your video and I want to hear your breakdown of it because it is so good. And I was sold on this product. I feel like a lot of times I bring people on here and have interviews and then I'm like, wow, that video was so good. I'm sold. But this one specifically, because I saw there was a recent issue with somebody really harming their hand on a gadget that wasn't this, but that was like a cutter. And so this like solves such a huge problem. But before I get too deep into all that, let's share it. Let's watch it together and then we'll talk about it.
You will never use one of these again. If you have to do this, you're doing it wrong. Let me show you a better way. I actually love comments like these because I get to show you what this bad boy can do. So as you can see, it does come off very easily, but it has a lever right here, and all you have to do is push it down. Like, I want you guys to see the muscles that I'm using trying to take this off. This thing does not budge. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to do this whole daikon. This is a daikon, by the way. Actually, I'm going to flip it around. All you need to do to release it is pull the lever up. And this is my favorite part, and this is why I will not use a mandolin or a regular grater. Look at that. That's it. Like I said, they are 50% off today. This is the last day of the flash sale, so if you want this to help your Thanksgiving be so much easier, grab it now.
Oh my gosh, there's so many good things in that video. So many good things. Okay, I want to hear from you. What do you think you did that made this perform so well?
I didn't think this video was going to do as well as it did, but looking back and now doing the analytics, here are the top things that made it do well. Number one is I was responding to a comment. It was a negative comment about how it was going to pop off. So I realized that's probably a question a lot of people had who saw the original video, like, is this going to work? So being able to actually demonstrate it. But the first 5 seconds of any video is mission critical more than anything else, because if they swipe away, you've lost already. So in that first 5 seconds, I had a visual of something that they probably have in their kitchen. one. So they're like, okay, I recognize that. And then something that they've never seen before, which is probably a 2-foot daikon vegetable, which a lot of comments were like, what the hell is that? And it's a root vegetable used in Asian cuisine. It's a radish in the radish family. So I didn't even think about that. I was making a recipe with my mom and my sister. So it was just what we were doing anyway. That drove up a lot of engagement. And then just demonstrating how it worked. And it was very clear, I think, in that video, this is something I actually use. You know how sometimes you come across a video and they're like, oh, okay, and I think this goes here. It just shows that this isn't something you're intimately familiar with. And so having a super strong level of comfort because I use it every single day for months, I think really, really helped. And then always a direct call to action at the end. Always let them know, where do they buy? Why do they have to buy right this second? So in this particular instance, it was a flash sale, but they still have to look at the cart. And even if it's not 50% off anymore, if this is a product that will help them, they will still purchase.
Yes, and I've said it recently on this YouTube channel, but I was saying, like, a lot of people still don't know how to buy on TikTok Shop. So for you to be so, like, obvious, like, "Hey, it's this orange shopping bag above my name," that is always so helpful to add in there. But yes, the urgency, the 50% off flash sale ends today. Again, a lot of people, especially right now, and maybe you didn't know this, there's a huge thing around graters and like different kitchen appliances. Like there's this one girl trying to sue or get rid of all these like graters because she like hurt her hand really bad. And it's just a topic that's going viral in the last few months. And so it's like very timely. And it was probably just aligned and meant to be, of course, without you even knowing that information. I also love your energy. It was quick. You knew when to speed things up. You didn't have all these pauses. Like I was engaged the entire time. And I love how you zoomed in on your muscle, which you did have a muscle. So I think it's so funny that people were like, "What?" Like,
I mean, they're little, but they're there.
they're there. You could see it. You could see it. It wasn't like it was nothing. Like, what? The people are so crazy, but I just let them be. They're going to feel better. You're going to get money. It's wonderful. It's a great thing to do. But with that in mind, how did it feel to get these comments? Like, was that a struggle for you?
It for sure was in the beginning because it was like 10 in a row would be like, you're weak, you don't need that. And when I say, you're going to throw this away, obviously, I don't mean throw it away, you guys. Like, it's just a term. And I didn't think everybody would be so, you're wasting, you're killing the planet. And it was honestly, it was just like, I don't need it anymore, but I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to throw it away or I'll recycle it or I'll gift it. But now I know because I've caught myself wanting to delete things, being like, no, this will make someone mad. You're always going to make someone mad, but I just need to be true to how it feels for me. So yeah, it was hard. But then it started getting fun because then I started commenting things like, oh, it must have been a magic wand lifting my arm. Or, oh, I didn't know that rubber noodles can move their arms on their own, but not mean because, you don't want to get in trouble. If you're going to give me sass, sorry guys, I'm going to give you a little sass back or I ignore it altogether.
I love that though. That's so good. And I think that it's so important for you or whoever is even listening to this to know like those comments are sometimes the thing that stops so many people. So you have to choose to not allow them to stop you. And your why has to be big enough to where they won't stop you. And it sounds like you're like, listen, I mean, you're a mindset coach, right? So you have an amazing mindset already. So you're just like, okay, you're not ignoring it completely. You understand that, yes, that would affect me. But at the end of the day, what's more important? Helping people get their vegetable chopper, grinder, what is it called?
The
Grater?
rotary cheese grater.
Wow, I obviously don't use one of these. It's just important for them. It can make their life easier. You had such good energy in the video. And how many videos have you made with this
I
product?
mean, I think I'm up to like 20 now because the comment section are like, do cabbage, do onions, do tomatoes. And then yesterday, I'll share. They said, do a really ripe small tomato that comes from the vine. I knew that was going to fail for this, but I made it anyway because I think that it's really important to have transparency. And I made balsa. It straight up smushed the absolute crap out of it. And it was okay. And I still posted it. But I did put it at the end because I was making my meal prep. I was like, but here's how it is on celery. Don't hide things because everything's not going to do everything for everybody. Don't hide it ever. Don't ignore those comments. Like if somebody genuinely wants to know, help them. That's our job. Help them.
Exactly, and it's always about them and, like, what does this do for them, and it does feel like you have that in your videos, but when you said that you made salsa, I'm like, "When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When life gives you very unripe tomatoes, make salsa." Like, what? That's such a beautiful quote.
Still a win, still a win. Yeah. And I honestly, here's the quote, and this is going to be silly. This is for our females mostly. The Taylor Swift quote, like, if they say it in the street, it's a knockout. If they say it in a tweet, it's a cop out. If somebody's saying something to you in the comments, like, let it go. Just let it
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. So, as a mom, because I know there are a lot of mom creators that watch this, what piece of advice would you give for them whenever they're trying to juggle being a mom and maybe they work or maybe their job is being a full-time stay-at-home mom? What would you say to them? Because I know how busy it is. Your entire attention has to be on the responsibility of this little person. So, what advice would you give them?
I would say there's a really good book called The Four Agreements. Have you ever heard of it? The
I
Four Agreements.
haven't.
It's by Miguel Ruiz, and it's basically four tenets to live by. And the fourth agreement is do your best. And I think the mistake that people make is they compare themselves to others. The person who is making 20 videos a day, who doesn't have kids, TikTok shop is their full job, they're healthy, they're young, and they're comparing themselves to that. I think it's more important to figure out what is going to be your best that you can give on any given day. My best after 8 hours of sleep and a green smoothie looks a lot different. I was sharing with Michelle earlier that my child is sick and was losing his cookies all morning. It looks different. So just adhering to what is possible for you and then deciding how much do you want it? Because if you want it really bad, then you'll be editing videos at midnight. I don't want you to sacrifice sleep, often, but this is Q4 and I know that right now I'm editing videos at midnight. I'm doing voiceovers at 6 a.m. You'll hear it in my voice. You'll hear it in my voiceovers. I'm the first person to talk during these voiceovers. You just have to make it work. And if it's 30 seconds in the bathroom, I did a TikTok shop video an hour ago where I went in the bathroom and I voiced it over and you'll hear the echo and you just do it anyway. You just anyway.
I feel like sometimes even, like, the echo or the not looking put together videos just feel so real
Yeah.
and people trust you more, and so you're not trying, you're just genuinely showing up. Wait, can you say that book again?
The Four Agreements. It's by Don Miguel de Ruiz. Yeah, it's really good. And the four agreements are be impeccable with your words so your words can either harm or help. And don't make assumptions because we don't know what's happening in the lives of others. And don't take things personally because it's usually not about us. So if somebody comments on my video, you're so weak and dumb and all the things, it's not really about me. If somebody's going to do that on the internet, they're having a time that is separate from who I am as a person.
Exactly, which is earlier when I said, like, that's not somebody you would even be on the same level as. Not that somebody is better than anyone else. I don't believe that. I don't think anybody's higher or lower, but I do believe that they're going through something. So that book, I'm gonna go immediately
It's
read
really good.
that
It's
because
only
that
like
is
112 pages. It's super
oh,
short.
easy,
Really
easy.
good.
I love stuff like that. So thank you for sharing that. As a creator, so you create content, you're a mom, you have been on TikTok Shop for about 6 or 7 months.
Mhm.
What do you feel like is something that you could not have done this without, or that you feel like has been super helpful for you on this journey?
Well, there's two things. The first is there's a creator who I absolutely love, Emily May. She and I have nothing in common. Like, she doesn't have kids. She's young. She's making like 50 videos a day. But it was a TikTok that she had posted where she said, hey guys, like 95% of my videos don't make sales. And I think that was the first time I was like, wait a second. Okay. So I'm not a loser at this. She's a huge creator and she's super successful. And I realized, like, okay, you do it because you're planting seeds. And I think that's the second thing is, Alyssa and Nick, who do the coaching for BMC, I attend as many of their calls as I can on Mondays and Wednesdays. And a couple of weeks ago, it was like a month ago, I was part of the post roast on Monday and they roasted one of my videos. And by the way, they're very sweet and kind and helpful. But I wrote down everything they said and I implemented it. And that was my video that went mega viral. So it was like these calls with BMC that really helped change the trajectory of everything. But I do need to drop a quick hint for anybody on here. If you have a video that's going viral, do not give your ad code.
Oh, why? I always give my ad code, and it always gets the most sales I ever
Yes,
get.
it will, but not as much as you could have gotten because
Interesting.
on my super mega video, I was at about 5,000 views and they reached out and I gave them my ad code. And the next morning I woke up. So it was only 24 hours. It had gotten 700,000 views. I messaged them. I said, please do not put the ad code on that because as soon as you pay, TikTok will only give you as many views as you pay for. But it was doing
Interesting.
700,000 overnight. I know that would have gone to millions. So as soon as the ad code goes on, you actually see the line. It went like this, and then it fell off the face of the earth, and then it only will go as high as the ad they're willing to pay for it.
That's crazy. Is that new? Because that has not been my experience. That's crazy.
Yes, yes, yes. I've only
Oh
had I
my
had that happen twice, where it was like going up and then it stopped. But I give your ad codes long term for sure. But if it's generating organic growth, let it do its thing. You save the brand money and you see what's possible, and then you give the ad
wow.
code. So
I love that. Okay, that's such good advice. I definitely need to think about communicating that to people because I immediately send my code as soon as I post a video every single time so that it does do well from the beginning and then continues to generate sales. Also, sometimes they run ads behind my videos and I didn't give them a code, but I know there's like a few settings I have turned off, but still, that is really good to think about. Like if something's doing good organically, wait to give your code. Thank you for sharing that. Listen, TikTok is one of those things, it's like, this is a principle today, and then tomorrow, it's, like, completely different, and then you hear all this different advice, so I'm always so cautious about what I even say to people for advice that's not mindset, because I'm like, "It could change tomorrow," and then I don't wanna be liable for anything that was said that isn't true anymore.
and it's gonna forever change for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's social media. You have to be somebody who's flexible and go with the flow to be successful on social media.
100%, yes. And just stick with
Wow.
it. And for anybody who's watching who's like ready to give up and they're like, I don't have the motivation. Motivation will never win this game. It's discipline. So
Yes.
you got to dig deep and just pull through. And if you do, it will work.
I wish everybody could just replay that over and over and over because it's so true. It's about the discipline. And hearing stories like yours and other people's stories it's just proof that it works if you show up and you work. And so, thank you for taking time to chat with us today
Yeah.
and share all of that.
It's
Where can
fun.
people find you on social media?
So they can find my TikTok shop specific video is Money While You Sleep because I created the page to do side hustles. And then on YouTube, it's Michelle Hillier, just my first and last name. Michellehillier.
Amazing. Well, Michelle, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Everybody go follow her, go watch her videos, go comment at how strong she is and her muscles.
Like
Like a little
Popeye.
thing. Exactly. You work out every day, twice a day. Oh my gosh. Well, Michelle, thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle. Have a great day.